Now, sponsors of the anti-LGBTQI+ bill in Parliament have issued a 24-hour ultimatum to the Inspector General of Police, Dr. George Ekufuor-Dampare, to pull down billboards promoting the activities of homosexuals. This follows the erection of giant billboards on major roads in the country in commemoration of the Gay Pride Month, which falls in June each year. One of the billboards, sited at the end of the Tema-Accra-bound side of the motorway, has the group's rainbow colors with an inscription promoting same. My colleague Parker Wilson joined the sponsors of the bill to inspect one of such billboards and joins us live with more. Parker, what can you report on your inspection with the sponsors? Parker, if you can hear me, what can you report on your inspection with the sponsors?
Well, so, Brace, let me say that the sponsors of the anti-LGBT bill are particularly not enthused about the signage right at the end of the Tema-Accra-bound of the motorway. Now, they have made the point that this month is the month of June and is the Pride Month for homosexuals, and it's the reason they have decided to deepen their campaign or advocacy for their rights. And so for them, the billboard, as we've seen, is an affront to the Constitution. As a matter of fact, the IGP, the police officials, the LECMA authorities, and of course, the Advertising Association of Ghana should quickly, with immediate effect, within 24 hours, pull down the billboard. Now, some judge says if they fail to act on their request, they themselves will go there and tear down the billboard. They will pull it down and ensure that they defend the country's constitution. I must say that he was in the company of the convener of the Proper Human Rights and Family Values, Mr. Lawyer Formani, who also made the point that the Advertisers Association of Ghana should quickly investigate and get to know the advertising agency behind this billboard and withdraw his license. Again, they have to prosecute the person for breaching the country's constitution. So for them, and of course for all other individuals who are supporting the anti-LGBT bill, they are not happy with the situation, and they believe that this forms part of the homosexual agenda for Ghanaians to accept their rights, and they will resist that. So the bottom line is simple, that 24 hours, they should pull it down. All persons behind the billboard must be prosecuted, of course, arrested and prosecuted by the end of the day.
Parker, do we know who mounted the billboard, the one that they demolished, or who gave permit to the people to mount these billboards?
Well, so far we are told that allegedly there are persons who are advocating for the rights of homosexuals are behind this billboard. I must say we haven't been able to independently verify the claim. But you know that before you mount a billboard, you need to get permit from the assembly. Where the billboard is sited, where it is positioned, it falls within the jurisdiction of the LECMA assembly. So the MPs and those sponsoring the bill were of the view that the MP for the area for LECMA should answer some question as to why he granted permit for this particular billboard. So we haven't been able to get to the LECMA MC or the officials of the assembly, but where it's positioned is within the LECMA assembly, and they would have to give us details of who came there to seek permission and subsequently who granted permit for the billboard to be mounted there.
Parker, there seems to be a little challenge with people appreciating where exactly this billboard is, because we know East Legon, the part of it also falls in the Ayawaso West municipality. So where exactly is this, and how can you help people to appreciate the location better to agree that yes, it is within LECMA?
Right, so if you are coming from Tema using the Tema motorway, right at the end of the motorway where you have the Accra Mall is where the billboard is positioned. I must say it's very huge, mounted. You can see it even across the street. So if you are using the Tema motorway coming from Tema, driving from Tema to the Accra end of the road, that's where it's positioned. On the right side, a huge billboard there, and they have their own inscription which talks about why every Ghanaian must respect each other so that we become equal. When we are all equal, that is when we have our freedom, and that is actually the freedom they are talking about. And it is hashtag we are one people. So this is these are the inscriptions on the billboard indicating that we are all equal, and as a matter of fact, we need to respect their rights and their freedom. And when we respect their rights, at the end of the day, we all become free. And so the billboard, as we mentioned, according to the MPs, where it's located, they have done all their checks. It falls under the jurisdiction of the Legma Assembly. However, if you're talking about the constituency, we can say that it falls under the Ayawaso West Wogon constituency. And the member of parliament for the area is the second deputy majority whip, Lydia Al-Hassan, who is the member of parliament for that area. Now, Brace, let me just read to you verbatim what the inscription on the billboard says. And I'll read verbatim to you. When all Ghanaians are treated equal, and I must say that the equal is emboldened, no matter where they are or who they love, the word love is equally emboldened. Now, the final inscription is, that's true freedom, and the freedom is also emboldened. Now, you see 4 hands on it with the colors, the rainbow colors, which is actually the colors of the homosexual, written on it, and then hashtag we are all Ghana. So these are the inscriptions on the billboard, positioned right at the end of the Tema Accra bound of this side of the motorway.
When they went there to inspect, didn't you see signs of people who probably were owning up to show that they may have had an idea about who mounted the billboard?
Well, it's a quiet area. We saw some trucks parked. I personally inquired from the drivers whether they know the owner of the billboard. They said, well, they woke up one morning when they came here over the weekend, the billboard was mounted. So they don't know who even mounted the billboard, but they are certain that since the billboard is positioned here, the assembly may have given the permit. So the only thing was that the passerbys also stood by to also read, take a minute or two to read what's written on the billboard. And some shake their head in disbelief and they walk on. Others, in fact, 2 women actually packed to just take a glimpse of what's written on the billboard before they proceeded to move on to wherever they were going to. So when we got there, we didn't get any individual owning up to the billboard.
Well, Ningo Pram MP Sam George has described the mounting of the billboard as an affront to the country's rule and laws. He wants the IGP to have it pulled down. He joins us live on Zoom with more. George, thanks for your time. Tell us more about your misgivings and demand to have the billboard pulled down.
A very good morning to your viewers. The points must be made clear that our constitution is clear. Our constitution and our laws in Ghana are clear. The constitution is clear about what is acceptable culturally and what is culturally acceptable. Under Article 26, Article 11 of the Constitution are clear. When you look at our Criminal Offences Act as well, Section 104 of the Criminal Offences Act make it clear that homosexuality and bestiality are illegal even as we speak today. And so any advertorial that seeks to promote anything contrary to what our Criminal Offences Act deems right and what our culture and tradition deems right and the Constitution deems right is an affront to the Constitution. And we're enjoined by the Constitution, I believe in Article 3, to rise up in defense of the Constitution anytime we see any activity or action that is inimical to the Constitution. And that's why we have given a 24-hour notice to the authorities, from the IGP to the MC for the area, to let them know that that billboard should not have been erected in the first place, or the advertorial on the billboard should not have been erected in the first place. And in 24 hours, if we do not see action taking, this has been in the news for over 72 hours. We've not seen anything. We've officially drawn the attention to it today. Failure to act within the next 24 hours will see us as citizens rise up in defense of the Constitution and take down that billboard.
Oh, so you would want to take it down after 24 hours?
If it is not taken down by the MC and the police service, we will take it down. because we cannot for the life of us. Would you feel comfortable to see a billboard promoting terrorism or promoting armed robbery or promoting money laundering? I mean, that's an affront to our constitution, and as Ghanaian citizens, the constitution enjoins us to rise up in defense of the constitution, and so we'll be acting constitutionally.
Well, so it means that the assembly that gave permit might have also flouted the law. What do you intend to do with regards to how you handle that assembly?
Well, 2 days ago, I granted an interview on your network to Evans Mensah and MFR Power. And on that call was a gentleman, I think his name is Donko So, who claimed to be the convener for the LGBTQ plus rights movement in Ghana. And he owned up to saying that they sponsored that billboard. We're asking the Attorney General and the IGP to immediately commence criminal prosecutions of that individual. Again, we are asking that whichever municipal director approved this billboard to go up without necessarily being minded about what it is that was the material must face the requisite sanctions within the local government service. Again, we're asking the Advertisers Association Guild to take immediate actions against their member who owns that billboard and put it up. And we're asking the Assembly to as well withdraw the license, the permit for that company in hosting this billboard. People cannot act as though Ghana is a banana republic. We have laws, and the laws must work.
But the Assembly knew it, and they went ahead to give the permit. Why aren't we dealing with the Assembly as well?
That's why we are saying that whoever it is who gave the permit within that assembly must be made to face the full sanctions within the Local Government Act. There are penalties in there for dereliction of duty, and the MC must be up and doing with her job to ensure that in her jurisdiction actions like this do not happen. I'm sure she herself would be abhorred by the content that has been put up there, and that's why we're asking not just that MC, but all district chief executives and municipal chief executives to take keen interest in what kind of material goes up in their assemblies or their jurisdictions. Because I mean, it means anybody at all can just wake up and pay an advertising company and put up any kind of advert in this country. I mean, what kind of country are we running?
What effort have you made to get in touch with this MC to understand what the issues are?
Well, the coalition has sent a statement. That's the National Coalition on the Promotion of Proper Ghanaian Sexual Values and Proper Human Sexual Values. Has sent, that's Moses Forman's group, has sent a copy of their letter to the MC. We want to believe that the MC must be up and doing. This has been in the media space for, like I said, almost 96 hours. Today is the 4th day since this came into the media space. The MC cannot say that she has not heard about this for 4 days. And so if she's not heard about this, if she doesn't know, this is a prominent part of her jurisdiction. If it has to take me to come from Ningo Pram and Roxanne to come from Saudai to let her know what's going on in her jurisdiction, then there are questions about her capacity to effectively run her jurisdiction.
Right. We'll leave it here. Thank you for your time joining us.